It says I'm live. Do I trust it? I don't know. So we're in CAD. I guess I should make me bigger. So we're working on fishing lures. So let me see here. Let's see here. Well, this is an inline spinner. I want to make these. So I took apart one of my favorite ones that is all beat up and destroyed, and I'm going to copy some of the things that are parts that are part of it. And, let me measure something here. Oh, that's a bigger one. Okay. So let's get to do some fun stuff here. Let me actually grab another lure here. Just measuring the hook size. I wish I had these hooks in CAD. That would be cool. Then I could design the whole lure in CAD. So just doing some measurements here, roughly. Oh yeah. Probably easier to use this end of the blade thingy. I don't know. Yep. That'll do. So they come in all kinds of different designs. Of course, I won't be doing anything as fancy as that because that involves casting and stuff. Okay, so we need to make a CAD of that little bullet shape. Very simple CAD. But I have some other measurements to do. .7. Let's go to a website. There we go. And shot by components. And wire. Terminal tack line wire, and wire forming, wire forms. And I ordered this thing, and I selected a, let's see, which size did I select? Let me check my email. Okay. Email. And which size did I choose here? Oops, that's the wrong order. There it is. Let's see. And tape measure. Okay. And 0.026. 0.026 inch to millimeter. That is 0.66 millimeters. So this is actually a little bit thicker. This is 0.73. Okay. And going back to, what's up, Lars? What's up, Sergio? If anybody wants to join, link is in the chat now. All right, let's move. move that around. So, okay, I picked the closest correct size. Easy enough. Do I need to CAD anything else? I do not. So, what's this? All right. Let's go back to StreamYard. What's up, Rosa? And boom, boom. There we go. So we need to make an object. So front plane and normal to front plane and sketch. So let's figure out. So let's figure out how tall this needs to be. So it looks like it's about 18 millimeters. Just about 18 millimeters. So let's make a line from here to here. And let's go ahead and escape and dimension. And we're going to go ahead and make that 18 millimeters. And we'll zoom in so everyone can see this. And it's got a flat on top. That is about 3 millimeters and 8 millimeters in diameter. So line, escape, and line, escape, and then dimension. So this, what was my measurement I said here? I said about 3, so that should be 1.5. Boom. And dimension, boom. And that should be 4 millimeters, boom. And we'll use spline tool. We'll click here to here. Oh, escape, 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 spline tool. Now we're on the spline tool. Oh, escape. Haha. Make sure you touch the dot and you get the highlight. Let's see, and I can do all kinds of things to make it bullet shaped. Let's do that. Okay. And okay, click this and control click that. Make sure those are parallel. Okay. And this clicked with this. Make sure that's perpendicular. And this clicked with this. Oh, this. And this. Make sure that's perpendicular. Okay. And then trim. Okay. I'm not slacking. All right, so there is our bullet shape. do I want to add anything else? So front plane, and let's go normal too. There we go. And control. There we go. Do I want to add any objects to it? Well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and revolve this. Let's go features and revolve. And oh, no. There we go. And boom. Okay. And solid bodies, material, and brass. All right, so now we have the material set. What is you making with the hook? I am not making anything with the hook. So we need to make a hole. This is the hard part because I don't have anything that can actually fit in here and give me an accurate hole size. So it looks like just under a 2 millimeter hole from the bottom, but the top is smaller, and that is about a 1 millimeter hole. Okay, so let's make a sketch. Circle. We'll do it on this plane. And dead center. Boom. Enter. And our radius is going to be 0.5. Enter. Let's go ahead and smart dimension. Boom. Enter. Let's go ahead and extrude boss. And we need to go the other way. -2. Oh, wrong tool. Extrude cut. There we go. And we need to go a little bit in there, I guess. So, oh, we got a Sergio. What up, Sergio?
What are you making?
Fishing lure.
A fishing lure.
Yeah, so I'm making a inline spinner. So I'm making the brass body for the inline spinner, and then Jason from LDO is going to quote me on making 100 of them. So I'm going to start making spinning lures. So I ordered all the stuff all the components to hand make them. Dude, they're like $5 a piece, but if I buy I spent $100 yesterday in components, and I can make 100 of them.
500.
Using my own, like my little better hook than I normally would get, and using a little better components here and there.
Gotcha.
So, and that also included paint. So I can paint the bodies. Yeah.
Cool.
Drive to the office. Well, good luck, Solon. All right, so let's figure out maybe the total height on this was what again? This was 18 millimeters tall. So let's go 4 millimeters in, and Llama just showed up. Llama!
Hey, Tom.
What's up? What are you modeling now? It looks like you're getting the hang of that now, sort of.
I am getting the hang of it. And sketch, and circle, and this plane, and right here.
Done it in Fusion in about 2 seconds.
No.
Yes. I will say, I mean, I used, I want to say Onshape. I used Onshape for a while. I used SolidWorks. Fusion's faster for the basic stuff.
Maybe it isn't.
I don't think it's necessarily better. I've definitely hit some walls with it, but it's definitely faster modeling.
I'm still learning. I'm just going slow.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's things that, like, since I've used it, it literally has been like 10 years since I used it. I'm sure there's been some upgrades and stuff that, change it. Did you read my post on Twitter about this? Because I'm assuming you're modeling your little weights. At least that's what it looked like you put on Twitter. You were looking for someone to call Barry. Try Barry to get those made. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I think he does lathing too. I don't think he does strictly CNC. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I'll
his
talk to him.
bread and butter. But for some reason, I remember having a conversation with him, and he did a little bit of lathing too. I mean, it's more of a hobby for him. It's not actually his profession, and like CNC is. But
Yeah,
I think he does lathing. So I think he has to lathe some stuff for the CNC machines. You realize that's what he sells, CNC machines. He doesn't CNC.
Yep.
He sells CNC machines. Or makes CNC. I don't think he actually sells them. I think he makes them and then someone else sells them for him or something. I don't know.
So that's a body right there. We did it. We made a brass body. So now I got to see if it can do the weight correctly. So let me see what I was sent in a message to figure out the weight. So I'm
Just
go
apply
to
brass. It'll auto weight calculate for you.
Huh?
You can just apply a brass material to it and it'll auto calculate the weight for you.
Yes, I just need to know where that's at.
I can't really see enough of your screen to remember. There's some kind of material. I think you just click on it or something and add material or convert to material or something like that.
I already converted it to brass.
Oh.
You right click on the body and then you change material to whatever material you want. And I chose brass. But now I need to find the area where it calculates
weight to mass or mass to weight.
Yeah. So
I think that's like an extension you have to get. Like a plug-in thing. Again, it's been so long since I used it. I never really did that much of that with it anyway.
Mass properties. There we go.
I know it won't do it though.
Oh, mass equals 5.89 grams.
There you go.
So I'm just shy. I need to be at 7 grams.
Huh. Just making a hair longer.
Yep. And I'm not using just standard brass. Like I want to use naval brass because naval brass is more resistant to salt, and it is slightly more dense. But if I can get that to about 6.5 grams, I'll be much happier.
So just extend the bottom a millimeter or two. How long is that thing total?
It's 18 millimeters, which is what I measured here. Actually, I don't even know what the weight of this is. Like I should measure this, and the total weight of the lure needs to be 1/4 ounce. So it might be right. So I should probably find a scale and just measure this.
Just buy an ounce, man. Screw the 1/4 ounces. It's a waste of money, man.
What?
When you say 1/4 ounce, all I can think of is drugs.
Yeah. It's got to be 1/4 ounce, including the hook, the spinner, the glass bead. So at least close to it. So 7 grams, 8 grams is 1/4 ounce. 7 grams is what I guesstimated for the weight of the body.
Hey, Dan.
So I don't need to cut anything away. Let's go back to the first sketch. So
I was watching Timmy babble.
All right. So let's go ahead and double click this and let's go to 18.5. There we go. Boom. And enter. Okay, and then let's go to evaluate and mass properties. So we're at 6 grams now.
Whose
Close
dog
enough.
is barking in the background?
That's my dog. The water people are here exchanging the water bottles. So.
Dog. Dog.
What kind of dog you got? Never seen him.
Oh, you haven't seen her? I have a border collie.
Uh-huh. My brother, ever since my brother passed away, my other brother's looking through all his stuff and is finding all these pictures. And he sent me this yesterday. It's about 10 years old. And
anybody know anyone in Puerto Rico?
Anybody know what?
Know anyone in Puerto Rico who has a 3D printer?
Do I know anybody in Puerto Rico?
No.
Oh, look at that.
In Puerto Rico who has a 3D printer?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a problem. The guy wants me to print. He saw one of my videos of the shelving stuff, and he wants me to print them. He's like, "How much?" And I'm like, "Yeah, $5 or $10. I don't know." And then he's like, "Yeah, can you ship it to Puerto Rico?" I'm like, "Yeah, for about $50. It's not worth it."
Did you check? I don't think it's too bad to ship to Puerto Rico.
It's still not going to be cheap. Not going to be worth the 4 little plastic brackets.
Yeah, but regular mail.
I mean, if it comes down to it, I will. If he's willing to pay for it, I mean, that's
but regular mail is the same price to Puerto Rico as anywhere in the U.S. So
yeah, no, but it isn't. I don't know if you've done like USPS or UPS. They've zoned everything now. I can ship to Warkocki cheaper than I can ship to Florida. The same box to Florida will cost me $10 to ship it to him out west, which is actually farther away. But he's only in zone 2, is only like $5. Where to ship it to Florida, it's $10.
Wow.
You figure it out. We have 8 zones in continental U.S. now. And it's
Normal.
all on your zone. And zone 5, Texas, because it's how far away you are. Like, the zones are different. I don't know. Texas and Florida are the most expensive for me to ship to because they're the farthest away, even though they're not the farthest away. I mean, Texas is far away, but California and Washington State are farther away than Florida is to me. But I don't know.
Well, that's why when I had sent Jimmy that camera, I had to go directly through Amazon.
Yeah, but I mean, even these stupid little plugs. Now I know why it cost me $9 to have these things shipped to me from South Carolina. Because they won't direct ship up here anymore because of the whole COVID BS. So anything out of South Carolina has to go to Minnesota first before it can come here to Connecticut.
All the way to Minnesota and then this way.
Yeah. And then back up. It's like, let's go 2,000 miles in the absolute wrong direction. I actually went to Louisiana, then Minnesota, then to Connecticut.
I ordered
going up to Massachusetts and down to Connecticut.
I ordered a puzzle frame for my wife, and I'm looking at the stats on it of where it's being delivered. This is USPS, so it gets to my post office. It gets there, right? It shows it there. You know where the next day it was? West Virginia. How the hell does it go from my local post office all the way to West Virginia?
You know why. I mean, there's always been glitches in shipping, but notice it's been really bad in the last 6 months. And not just COVID. It's gotten worse.
Well, they defunded the USPS, so
there you go.
That's
and then we wind up
him and his buddy took over, and they don't want people doing mail in, so they're trying to make your mail as unreliable as possible.
It's crazy, man. That is.
And I don't get why he's so against mail in. I just, not to get political, but why? What's the hell's difference to him? He can't block politics. As many votes.
Correct.
It's just stupid. It's like they can walk in and still. It's all these people that are against like solar energy and wind power, and it's like, why are you against it? Even if you don't think it's a great source of energy, it's a great
wind causes cancer. Don't you know this?
It's a great investment in jobs. It's a great investment in materials. It's a great investment in manufacturing. I mean, it's just like, and now we're screwed because Germany controls it all now. Germany is like the hub of solar and wind power now, which we could have been.
Yeah.
Amazon is
Hippies.
getting into it.
You're just a hippie, bro.
I used to be. I really was a hippie back in the 70s and 80s. I used to have hair longer than your beard. Right
Me
up until I
too.
wrote my hair. They
Back
bolted
in the
that halo on and I shaved my head.
I never shaved my hair.
Halo.
Yeah, back in the 70s, my hair was down to my shoulders. And yeah.
I had a full on, when I was 14, I had a beard like he has right now. I was a full on ZT top.
I hung out in the
At
village.
14. I had a beard at 14. I started growing fuzz when I was like 10. I had to shave when I was 12.
Shave when you were 12. Wow.
Yep. I'm furry.
I didn't
He is a
start
llama.
shaving until I was like
I'm
almost 30.
I'm a llama 8.
Okay.
You're an 8 man. You're an 8
Evaluate and mass properties. All right. We're at almost 6.5 grams. I'm happy.
Why did you swell it out like that? Does it need to be swollen out like that, or is it?
That's how it is on the design here. So I did the same type of deal.
I'm assuming that's a fishing lure weight thing, right?
Well, sort of. So I'm making an inline spinner, and this is the brass body from the inline spinner. So there'll be a ball here and a inline spinner blade here, and a hole and an eyelet here, and then a hook out the back.
Can't see your cursor, so
good.
Because you can't share you got to share your whole desktop to share.
I did.
The
The cursor's right there, bro.
There it is.
It's been there the whole time.
It seems like it moves around too fast and it disappears or something.
Oh, it's because it's not centered. So here, I'll find a picture.
Anyway, yeah, I get it. It's basically a weight for the lure.
Let's see.
It makes it so it drags in the water properly instead of just fluttering around.
Let's see. Open new tab. And boop. Nope, that's not what I want. I want a whole new window. New window.
So, if you go with marine brass, why do you care? You don't have salt water around you anywhere, do you?
Yeah, but it's still more resilient to elements and slightly more dense.
Yeah, because they actually leave lead in it.
Well, there's lead in all brass, but
modern brass has no lead in it anymore. They have some kind of
if you look at the brasses you can buy, your standard milling brass has lead in it.
The American-made brass has no lead in it, supposedly.
Well, maybe what you put on your doors and stuff, but
No.
you can still use it.
Most brass, it's a matter of fact, all the valves and everything that we used to buy had lead in it. So now you have to buy, like, it's a requirement now in a lot of places when you install valves and stuff. Now you have to make sure that it's lead free.
Yeah.
But most American.
I'm just talking about when I went to the list of materials I can buy, those different types of brass, and the brass I want to use tends to have lead in it.
Yeah, marine brass has more lead in it. That's what makes it. Lead is water resistant. That's why we used to use it for flashing and stuff and roofs and walls.
What am I looking for?
Back in the 70s, we used to buy rolls of lead sheet and you'd make flashing out of it. Can't imagine how many times I've folded that crap up and ate lunch, not even thinking about it.
Let's see, is there a brass one?
What do I retarded?
There we go. See, so I'm making that. So brass body, blade, hook. And you can't see it, but there's a little tiny ball bearing made out of a glass bead right underneath there. So
ball bearing made out of a glass bead. Oh, that just makes that little plate spin around as you drag it through the water, right? And give it motion.
Correct. Yep.
So
and you can make them different colors and I bought the correct paint for it, just heat set paint. So I will be heating them and then dipping them in the powder paint. I won't be doing the fancy designs on the blades, but none of the lures I catch well with.
Well, CNC, he does all the anodizing and stuff too, Barry.
Yeah, but you don't anodize brass.
No, I know, but I think he's got whatever you want to call it.
He's got powder coating.
Powder coating and stuff too.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not.
That would be expensive as hell for the powder coat lures. You take the heat gun and you heat the brass until it's warm, and then you just put it in the powder and pull it out, and it's done.
Yeah.
Much simpler than having a whole process done. And I could probably figure out a way to do a whole bunch of them at one time by using wire and just like holding a bunch of them.
Yeah, or just put it all in the oven.
Yep. And then they have nickel coated ones, but they're still brass. And you can get them made out of lead, so I bought some that are lead bodied that I can paint. Because there's a store called Lure Parts.
Well, I have about 30 pounds of lead sitting outside that I got to get rid of.
Nice.
They're 99% lead because we just found it all. Just back when I was a kid and my parents did the Revolutionary War crap, we used to make lead balls for the muskets.
Nice.
Like, real lead balls. We got the caster and everything and make freaking 50 caliber lead balls.
See, I can just go, ooh, I want a spinner blade. And I'm like, I want a inline blade. And ooh, I want it to be this. I cannot print solid metal parts.
Metal.
It has to be metal because once a fish.
You can out of polyalchemy and be all shiny and everything too.
The blade is.
So you put it flat.
Less than a millimeter thick. Yeah, screw you.
That's freaking 5 layers. Boom, done. Quick print.
Yeah, this is much faster because I can get a 10-pack for $4.
Yeah, but that's half the fun. You've got a 3D printer, and you can make them all cool in different shapes and customize them and put freaking
no
It's on it.
No.
What would he print them out of?
You don't.
Or something.
You need them to be heavy. The metal is.
The blade doesn't need to be heavy. That actually needs to be rather light, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why they make them out of thin metal.
Yeah.
But when a tooth of a fish cuts into it, I'd prefer to have the metal one because I'd like to use it more than one time.
You're missing the point.
I'm not.
You have a 3D printer. Be a maker.
Yes, I'll be printing the stuff to make molds to make soft plastic lures. I will not be
picking on your ass. Make them out of TPU. There you go.
No, I'm not going to make
it all I want. Nothing's going to happen. That'd be kind of wild.
You're made out of TPU.
Actually, I don't think it would, because the glass bead just makes it so the spinner can spin on it, right? It's not really a bearing. It's just a kind of.
It is a bearing in the technical sense. That's actually what they call it.
Well, it's a bushing bearing. Yeah, same thing. That's what makes it so that can spin and not drag on the.
See, they sell powder paint. So you got your paint.
It doesn't need to be shiny metal. It can be freaking painted. It can be plastic. It can be TPU. I think you should make some TPU ones. I really do.
See,
just for the fun of it, just to try it out. You never know. It could be awesome. Fish might like the taste of TPU.
Uh-oh.
Sure.
Acting weird. There we go.
3D printing and painting. You can send me one.
Oh, I still got to send you my address.
I really like his stickers. Have you gotten one yet?
Hit me
up
I
forgot to send the address.
On Twitter, and I'll send you my address.
They're like the metallic, like mine were.
Oh, the same thing that Dan got.
It's like black. It's weird. You gotta see it. It's cool because like you did a halo of dark blue, and then the outside's black, and it like fades from the black to that metallic-y blue. It's really kind of very cool, actually. You did a good job.
All right.
I'm assuming he got those done at Sticker Mule or Sticker Monkey or whatever it was. Sticker Mule.
Sticker
They're pretty
Mule.
good. Yeah, they do a good job. They did all mine for what you pay for it. You can't really bitch. Yeah, these are really nice. I like Jerry's stickers. They came out cool.
Okay.
Hard to see on a camera, but they're all like
Save as.
black to like a dark metallic-y blue with the prism coloring behind it. Came out good.
Oh no, there's two different step formats: AP203 and AP.
Yeah, that's the same thing I did. I got 50. I got 3 sets because I ordered the 50 for the 1995, and I entered 2 of their contests and won both of them.
Nice.
So I ended up with 3 orders for $19. I did have to pay the shipping on one of the contests, but it was like $4. I think I paid like $30 for 150 stickers, all in all.
You know, this what do you call it? That Z catch. These
Nope.
things need to be a little bit longer.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, especially for guys like me with arthritis.
Yeah.
Just trying to grab this thing and then trying to turn the nozzle in here. It's kind of tough.
Yeah, I think they still want you to use like a wrench on it, don't they?
Yeah, but I mean, this thing is perfect. If it were a little bit longer, it would be really nice.
You know, looking at them, I haven't actually used one yet. Looking at them though, I always thought like a gnarled disc face for you to grab onto would be better too.
Well, this is. If you look at it, hold on. It's got, see those?
Yeah, they're little flat spots, but they're smooth, so it slips.
Well,
on your hand.
they're not flat. They're sort of like
Yeah, but they're
concave
for your finger. But if you
Yeah.
made it like a gnarled disc,
Oh, I
Like-
see. Yeah.
well, not even gnarled, but something more like that, so you can actually get your fingers on it. And it has traction, so it had some texture. It's all smooth, so it's hard to grip onto it. It seems.
To me, it needs to be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Top needs to be a little longer down. Then you can get a good grip on it, and then this little deeper down, and then going up would be a lot easier. But I mean, it does a nice job. But if it were a little bit longer, it would be perfect.
Let's see here. Features.
Did you actually spec that thing here, Warkocki, or did you just go, it's about that big?
Yeah, no, I've been measuring this one and then dimension everything. Now, can I view this thing? Can I cut view it? Can I?
There's an analyze. I think that's the same. They name it the same.
Oh, right here, section view.
Yep.
There it is.
And you can pull it around and twist it and turn it and everything.
Yeah.
You want to look at different areas. Now, why do you have the taper in there? Isn't there just a string going through the whole thing?
No, it's a metal wire, and the metal wire has a bend, and the bend needs to go here, and then the rest of the wire goes here. You can make it huge, but then the metal or the brass will start to wobble. So this part stays on the single piece of wire. The wire comes down out the hole, bends back up through into the hole. So it needs to be double the size.
Okay. Again, your mouse isn't really in sync with the image, but I get what you're saying generally.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and save that as a... Can I save this? I guess I could do a screenshot.
Export image. You have to go to export and export an image. Or just do a screenshot, which is easier. It's what I always do. I don't even use even in Fusion, I don't use their export image unless I actually render something.
Yeah, so I can do this, and then I can do save as, and then just save it as a JPEG. JPEG, save. And then I can turn the analysis off at any time. Escape.
That might be the hard part is to do that dual drilling like that small.
I don't know. They're doing it on these.
2 or 3 millimeters. I don't think they actually. Well, they probably do drill. Well, they might just be formed that way.
What? Marcel, stop fracturing your wrist.
My Twitter handle is, I believe, HVAC, Millennium HVAC.
How the hell do you fracture your wrist playing with frickin' quadcopters, dude?
Quadcopters aren't his job.
I know. I was just picking on him.
My Twitter.
I'm just being the douchebag that I am so good at being. Oh, wait, that's Dan's job. Douchebag.
Hey, don't be taking Dan's job.
It's Millennium _ HVAC.
Millennium.
Millennium
Yeah, like the Falcon.
HVAC.
You're not a millennial. You're not a millennial. You're too old for that.
Yes.
Wait, and he's too old.
Don't tell him what he can and can't do.
He's older than I am. He's a few people around here that's older than me.
I don't know how clear that didn't come through too clear, but
All right. I did it.
So what do I got to do to drag your ass up here, Sergio, to get me to install a couple of...
Oh, yeah. You know, my niece lives up there in Connecticut.
So it'd be good, mini vacation. Come up and install a couple of mini splits for me, and then go hang out with them for the rest of the day.
She's actually supposed to move from Connecticut to take over my brother's house.
Yeah, I don't blame her. Move out of Connecticut.
Yeah. So she's going to go to Philadelphia, but she's got a lot of work ahead of her because now she has to go through probate because my brother did not have a will. No. And the house is all paid for, been paid off.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing.
But she's going to have to go through probate to get it.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, I'm going through that with my father and my mother.
It is if you don't move your ass. You gotta start. She's gotta make sure the taxes, and everything get paid and all that crap. I mean, she's got a lot to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of paperwork.
Yes.
It's not like, you don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's worth it. We went out and
she can't do it from Connecticut, so
it's kind of actually you can because you can.
Well, she can do.
You can hire a lawyer that does it all for you for a couple of grand and it's done.
Oh, see, yeah, that's the bad part. She has no money.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. So she's got to move her butt.
See, we lucked out there because even though it's funny, my sister-in-law is a lawyer. She's like a big-time lawyer here in Connecticut. And whenever we do anything that we need legal help, she always goes, go somewhere else first. Just don't like, you know what I mean? She doesn't like having the family involved. And every single time we hire a lawyer, and after about a month or two, she goes, they're just wrong. I'll take it. And she just takes over everything. Or she gets one of her partners to do it. Because she's like, we went out and we hired local lawyers here and everything for the whole crap when my father passed and trying to get all the paperwork done in the house. 2 months of that and listening to, us going, what the hell are we doing? She just said, you know what, here's my partner that does, that because she does family court. She doesn't do, housing or whatever, probate court or whatever the hell this is called. She goes, here's my partner that does that. Just have him do it. Within like 2 weeks, he had everything all figured out. We were saving like half as much, saving twice as much money, spending half as much. Everything's just better.
Yeah.
But understandably, she doesn't want to get involved every time,
Good afternoon.
Little stuff because it becomes a whatever you want to call it, conflict of interest or whatever. But she will never handle any of it personally herself. She always has to pass it off.
Ooh, fractured wrist.
18 by 1.5 with an arc going down to what? I could have done that in about 2 minutes.
Hey, you quit your nonsense, bro. I don't give a shit how you do it.
Are you remodeling it? Is that what you're doing?
I'm doing something. I'm doing it differently.
You're remodeling it so you can get more precise with the holes there, right?
No, I'm just again learning
No.
more stuff.
Practice.
Say,
Hey, that's what I got.
you're just gonna rotate that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one full.
I need to sit down and start learning how to use this stuff.
Yeah, really, the thing is, Sergio. I mean, if you can use SolidWorks, you can use Fusion, use Onshape.
Well, I hear Fusion.
They're all kind of interchangeable. They really, really are. If you learn one, it'll take you no time at all to catch to the others.
Well, that's the thing. I gotta sit down. I gotta take the time to sit down and start doing it.
If you're not going to do anything you're worried about, believe it or not, I still think Onshape is probably the easiest to use.
Onshape. What are you using there, Chris?
This is SolidWorks.
SolidWorks?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You might have a problem where you're a HVAC guy with both SolidWorks and or if they might see you and need to pay for it, where Onshape won't. Onshape is completely browser-based, too. You don't have to download an app or anything. You just sign into it, and it's all there. So as long as you have a decent – and it doesn't even have to be great. As long as you have a decent internet connection, Onshape works really well.
Well, that I have. Internet, I don't worry about. I have.
You have decent internet there. So. You're in the middle of the city. Either have really good or really bad. There's no in between in the cities. But yeah, I would start with Onshape over any of them because it is probably the easiest one to learn. With Fusion, kind of probably next, and SolidWorks is probably the hardest. But none of them are. They're all kind of interchangeable. They change the terms of stuff here and there, but in all reality, once you figure it out.
Like they did recently with
what he's doing now, one of them will call rotate, one of them will call revolve, and the other one will call spin, but they're all the same damn thing.
Okay.
And you draw a profile and then you rotate it and it makes a round bullet.
Huh. What time is it? I gotta take my medicine. Let's see. 4:39. Yeah, it's time for me to. I'll be back in a minute. I gotta go take my medicine. I'm still on antibiotics from last week.
Well, I need to take medicine for my.
I gotta take it every 12 hours, and I took one this morning at 4:30, so it's 4:40. It's time for me to take my next one. I'll be right back.
Two this morning at 4:30. He's worse than me. I get up at 5. He gets up even before me. Wrong way, dude. There you go.
Look at that. You can also do it like that and have it all done and all measured.
Yep. And it's more, the one thing I like about Fusion is it's a little more, the parametric works better. But what you did there, you can edit it and do the same thing you do in Fusion. So, like, if you want to change your arc or make it longer or shorter, you can edit. You can go back a step and edit it real easy, or you did the revolve.
Brass. Evaluate. Mass properties. And it's heavier, 6.47 grams.
Well, it looks bulkier, if that makes sense. Your arc is faster.
Yep.
Because now you have that last, like, it looks like you got like 5 or 8 millimeters at the end. It's a solid tube. Or before it looked like your arc went all the way.
It did. So I did a little different design here.
Yeah. I think
this will be easier to mill too, instead of having that like extra like nonsense hanging out the end.
Yep. But does that extra nonsense have like a purpose?
Don't know. Don't care.
Is it like, is it like a resistance thing in the water that keeps it in the right direction? Yeah, I don't know. I know nothing about it. So just use flare out something like that on a bullet shape like that, it's to keep the, it's like a fin on a rocket. It's to keep the drag at the back, keep it pointing in the direction.
Well, they sell in all kinds of shapes and sizes. So the ones that, like, if we head back to that website,
again, I don't know anything about it. I'm just guessing here from the looks of it.
So if we go to the website and we go look at what they sell right here. So I need bodies. Bodies.
I need bodies.
And bodies. And brass bodies. So they make some in bullet, and then they add this, like, this is literally what I just designed, but added this knurling, which adds some ripples. They have this weird shape. They have this egg shape. They have this hexagon shape.
Bullets in the front. It doesn't actually. It don't even.
There's pointing front and back. This one has a bell inside. So they make them in different shapes and sizes, and the reasoning is, like, the reason I want it to be a bullet shape is when the weight's in the back, it casts further. That's why I like that design. I've have other designs
Horse pill.
Huh?
It's a horse pill.
He's taking a Tic Tac.
Nice.
No. That's a horse. Look at the size of this thing. It's a horse pill.
Yeah.
It's 875 milligrams.
So look at all these different shapes that you can get. Like, I ordered just this number 3 size here, which is a double taper, and I don't like the double taper. So if I want to pick brass and I want to pick number 3, I'm looking at $7 for 10, and I'm spending 70 cents each for something I don't want. The nearest shape that's like it is number 16.
Yep.
So and that one's the right weight. Huh?
Couldn't you just do like number 1 and cut the back end of it off?
I have no idea. Well, I guess I cut it in half. So, but I mean, then it might be too wide, too fat. Like,
hell's the difference?
Don't worry about it.
You think the freaking fish really care?
Vince, you're absolutely right. Of course,
they don't look at it and go, "Oh man, that brass is too big for me to bite into it."
Hey man, all I know is that So here's kind of what I'm doing, but I don't like this hard edge.
Yeah, you just.
And these are, if I get 1/4 ounce, $6.50, so 65 cents each. Again, it's just not what I want. And I've been to other stores that sell.
Take that and file it down. But yeah, I get.
Don't want to do the work. I'd rather get an assembly line, because the thing is, if I do this, I can sell them. I'd rather just sell them, make them and sell them. If I can get a production going and I can get the cost down.
Let me inform you, if you're going to have them custom made on a lathe, unless you're going to order like 1,000 of them at a time, you're going to be spending way more than 65 cents a piece on them.
Oh, no. I already got quoted 40 cents a piece, so.
For custom made lathe ones.
Yeah.
Who the hell's doing that kind of work that cheap?
Jason from LDO.
Oh.
He's got a CNC company, and he can just burn them out.
Well, there you go. He's probably going to make you sign so he can sit there and make $10 an hour and sell them too.
That's fun.
Yeah,
that's fun by me.
I would like to talk to him, because I was designing. I don't know if you watched it, like a month ago, probably. I was designing a hot end, and the more I look at it, with a little tweaking, it's a much better design than most hot ends are right now.
Well, then do it.
And if he would be willing to test it and try it, and it's whole hot end now, a heat break, heat block, nozzle, and then you standard E3D heater and thermistor.
Hey, I never measured how deep that hole should be. So,
but it basically makes the whole screwing the heat break to the block.
I was right.
Nozzle. You just trap the heat break with the heat block in the nozzle, so there's no more untwisting. No more worrying about the seal.
Yeah, no worrying about that seal. I want to make a brass hot end.
I just noticed you changed the angle on your camera, didn't you, Tom?
Yeah, it's a nice angle.
I put it up. I was cleaning my shelf off, and I put it up on top of the TV while I'm cleaning. I just never brought it back down. Just
I think that's a better view.
Yeah, no. You get to see the dead body in bed. A little too much view of the. Then I'm always looking down in front. Where, when it's down there, I'm looking more at it, even though I'm still not looking straight at it. I'm looking more at it.
All right, so second design.
You know what I never noticed with this cheapo tripod? This is a tripod that came with that. I got a lens set for my phone. It's like $19 and you get like a telephoto lens and a wide angle lens. There's 5 lenses. But the stupid little tripod I never realized. Side out. I always thought like that was it.
It's millennial_HVAC.
Yes, millennial, but it's spelled with one N.
It's not a bad tripod.
When I registered the company with the state, there was already a Millennium HVAC. So in order for me to be able to register my name on the Millennium, I had to change the spelling somehow. So I took one N off.
Nice.
And I was able to get it registered.
Yeah, but then people are calling the other guy when they're looking for you.
Well, hey, his is Millennium Heating. He's got it spelled out, heating and air conditioning. I got Millennium HVAC.
Yeah. Is he in the same area?
Yeah, he's up for a little further north towards Baltimore.
I bet he's getting some of your call.
And I don't really go up there, so.
Good, he can have some of your calls. Huh?
I go south to DC.
Yeah. All right. Sent my designs over to Jason.
40 cents a piece, huh? That's pretty damn cheap even for Chinese lathing.
They're selling them for 70 cents in America after a markup.
Yeah, well, that's just import and shipping fees.
I'll spell it out for you. Hold on a second. Let me. Yeah.
Look at that. I did a good job. I'm a good jobber.
You're a good blow jobber, yeah, you are.
Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and rotate
it. Not that it's a difficult image,
there you go,
or anything, but hey, it's not like you do a lot of CNC, CAD work like that.
I don't do any CAD work.
That's my point. Is for a first time around, that's not bad. Got you what you wanted. Did you look at Onshape before you went and got SolidWorks?
Yeah.
Why didn't you like Onshape? Other than I don't like their rules and regulations.
That's basically it.
Yeah. Well, SolidWorks has some.
Got it, Jerry.
Although you did it through the what's this case, so they have it basically a student license.
Correct.
So all those rules and regulations kind of go away.
Mm-hmm.
Other than you can't make money with it.
Can't really make money anyway, so.
Oh, you can. You can have 10,000 of those things made and sell
them. Nope. That's too many.
Nope. They're keeping step file in Fusion.
Yeah, they finally caved.
Yeah, whatever. I don't. I think I've used step file like 3 times in my life.
Hey, now I use it all the time. I just sent someone a step file right now.
Yeah, but you're sending it off to somewhere else to get it in production. Most people that are doing it as a hobby aren't sending it off somewhere to get it in production. They're just exchanging files, which in most cases, the people are using the same program. If he's using Fusion, everybody's using Fusion. If they're using Onshape, everyone's using Onshape. If they're using SolidWorks, most likely everyone's using SolidWorks. And almost all of the apps, like SolidWorks, you realize SolidWorks will import a Fusion file, and Fusion will import a SolidWorks file.
Fusion doesn't do SolidWorks files.
SolidWorks file. It'll import. It won't export. It'll import a SolidWorks.
Uh,
You have to do a lot of steps to do it because you have to upload it to their server to import it. But you can import a SolidWorks file, and you lose a lot. Actually, I think you lose the whole history. You can get the actual model, but you lose the history in step 2.
all right.
I don't
Well,
know.
that was fun.
I find Fusion and SolidWorks, I find all three of them rather simple. Like using Fusion and SolidWorks and Onshape just comes naturally to me. It's like super easy. It took a lot of years of drafting too, which is probably why. And reading blueprints and like Sergio, with all the stuff that you read in the blueprints and everything, when you start thinking of like these CAD programs as just making a blueprint, you'll catch on to it like that. Have you ever? I'm assuming you've drawn blueprints on occasion, Sergio.
Hmm?
You draw blueprints and stuff now and again, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. CAD work is
I
drawing
mean-
a blueprint and then making it 3-dimensional.
Actually,
You
I
draw the blueprint
don't
and you
I don't
expand it.
draw them much anymore. I do a lot of reading.
Yeah. Well, you always do when because you're an installer as much as you.
Yeah.
You don't actually design that much. You might.
Yeah, I
design
don't do much design.
installation. You don't design. Well, you still do blueprints once in a while, and you read blueprints, so you understand the blueprint.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So designing in CAD, the minute you look at it as a blueprint, a sketch is the first step of a blueprint. You draw the box.
Well, I used to use.
Where my air handler is going to go, and then
There
you
was CAD
extrude it. Boom! It's an actual air handler now.
Yeah, there was a CAD program we used to use for designing ductwork and all that.
Yeah.
But it used to take up a lot of my time. So I found a guy who it was much cheaper for me to just give him all the particulars, and
Let
he
him do
would
it.
send me. He would do all the calculations and send it to me with the drawings.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
still
much easier. And he's in Atlanta.
The
He
point is,
used to be up here, but he moved to Atlanta.
yeah.
So I just email him the stuff, and he just sends me an invoice with all the drawings, and
Yeah.
good to go.
The point is you'll catch on to CAD rather easily once you get the concept, because it's basically drawing a blueprint
Yeah.
and then making it 3-dimensional instead of drawing it and drawing a top, a bottom, and a freaking left or a right side or whatever.
Yeah,
You
but
draw a top and you extrude it, and it creates the left and right side. That's pretty much all it is. Draw, extrude, draw, extrude, draw, extrude.
did you do anything new to the Taz, Chris?
Yeah, I loaded Jesse filament into it instead of the other stuff.
Okay, so you got it printing again,
It's printing.
but you got some work to do.
Yeah, a lot more testing to go.
You love the Taz. You love it.
It'd be nice if it would level the bed more than once accurately. That'd be
That's
great.
the only thing I don't like about that is that's the first thing I would just get rid of and just turn it off and make it a manual bed leveling.
You can't.
You can. You can do whatever you want. It's
You
all.
can't.
Didn't you say that you there's a way to put a BL touch on it?
Yeah. You gotta understand, it's a super customized version of Marlin, so it's not your regular Marlin. It's
Okay.
highly
Yeah.
customized, and
But
it has
doesn't have to be.
no probes. It doesn't know where to go. It doesn't have a Z end stop, except for the one that's built into the bed. It's actually built into the bed is the Z end stop.
Oh,
Like there's a little pressure plate that it presses on that's right next to the bed to tell you where the end stop is on it. So you have to program to.
Electrical short through the nozzle when it hits those little tabs.
That's just for figuring out the tilt.
Yeah. Whatever. You could put an end stop on it with a freaking wire and an end stop switch and be done with it.
Sure.
Reflash the firmware. It's basically a freaking i3 frame like every other, whether you got an Ender or your Prusias, or you could flash standard Micron onto it and make it work.
We'll all
And
do
you have to customize
the SKR version.
There's a lot. I mean, generally mechanically, and electronically, that's one of the better printers you can get, especially electronically, because they did all the UL listing crap. It's like overbuilt.
Correct.
But like you say, there's a lot of stupid features on it that were stupid. I wouldn't even replace the board. There's nothing wrong with the board. The board's actually a good board.
Isn't that an old version of the Einstein?
It's a Rambo, yeah, but it's not a mini
Rambo?
Yeah, it's a full Rambo.
Rambo. It's not a mini Rambo, right?
No, it's just a full Rambo.
Yeah, which is actually, I think, nicer than the Rambo, the Rambo minis and the Einzies. The Einzie is a Rambo mini. It's just a custom Rambo mini.
I had a Rambo mini. I think I sent it to Chris Riley.
Yeah,
I had no use for it.
I used the Rambo mini. God, that freaking Max Micron. I think I've had like 6 boards on that Max Micron. I had the Duet on it for a while. That one right there. That board right there was on the Rambo. Because I actually, while I was building this, I had it on the Max Micron, basically testing the board and making sure I knew what the hell I was doing with.
I've got a bunch of things that I got to do, but I just don't have the room. I have a whole mostly printed CNC. I have everything already. I even have the steel tubing. I mean, I've got the works, everything, the board, the electronics. All I got to do is put it together. I don't have any place to put it right now. The same thing. Yeah, right.
Any room right there.
The Palette 2 Pro.
Me, I'll build it for you. I'll put it all together.
I've had the Palette 2 Pro for over a year and haven't put it together yet.
You better hurry up, bro. That's use it or lose it.
Yeah, right.
I can hook it right up, test it for you. I'd even keep the Duet on there for that. Just send it to me. I'll make sure it works for you.
I even got the upgrade kit for it.
Oh, nice.
See, I'm telling you, man. Just you're gonna hate it anyway, so you might as well send it.
I got the Hub DS for it, so I got the newest one.
You know what I really hate? People that brag about shit they got when I got nothing, and they don't even have any stuff.
But the box has it's a box within a box within a box. So, and I haven't even opened up the other one yet. And I probably should have done that and made sure that it worked.
Dude, do you have cotton candy on your printer back there?
Cotton candy on the printer?
You asked me that last time, bro.
Oh, that's
it's the purple light shining through into the plastic bags. There's a bunch of plastic bags with parts in it.
It kind of looks like a really bad failed cotton candy pink print.
It does look like cotton candy, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what I mean? When you get the failed print that looks like cotton candy. Oh God, no!
You're a failed print of cotton candy.
No, we didn't.
All right.
No, but I went and paid the taxes.
You paid your taxes?
Well, my brother, because the whole blah blah blah. We paid the taxes, but by the time all the legal BS, because my brother had to pay him because he's now the whatever of the estate, and so he has to pay him. So it took too long for the lawyers to get all the paperwork, so we could just fucking send a check. We should just say we had like $20 in late, So I've been getting this bill ever since for the last 3 months for the $20 or $9. So finally, I went today and I went shopping. I took $20 cash when I got out of the grocery store, and I drove to the freaking town hall and paid the taxes, and I filed my mother's absentee ballot too, and did all that crap. Since I was at the town hall.
Ooh, thanks for reminding me. I gotta send in my my request.
Yeah, you gotta deliver that because it's got to be in today. They ship them out. Yeah, they ship them out on the 1st.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to go straight to the voting place then.
Let me rephrase that. It could be different there. You're not in today.
I have to check. Yeah, I need to check the paperwork
because they want them in today. You can deliver them. They want them mailed today for us. You can deliver them up until the 30th, which is in Connecticut.
I think they told us. I think they gave. If I remember correctly, I saw a date in October that we had until
October 1st
to request it. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Because they want to ship them out by October 1st, so they get them back by the whatever. What is it? The 11th or 19th or whatever. Isn't tonight supposed to be the big Trump freaking Biden?
I don't know. Tonight's Monday Night Football.
Fact check thing.
Yeah, who plays tonight? You don't remember? That's what we were doing here yesterday. Everybody came over and we were watching all the games. And of course, my team lost, and then my daughter, my son-in-law, actually my 2 daughters, son-in-law, and 1 grandson, they're all Cowboys fans. So, and they were honking on us because the Washington lost. So then when the Cowboys lost, we got to get back at them.
Oh yeah, and the Cowboys lost. I mean, that was just a pitiful game in the beginning.
Yeah.
I watched the first half and I'm like, wow.
They
kept it close. They kept it close in the end, but
yes, in the end, yes.
It was like watching a college team play against a actual NFL team for most of that game. Seattle is just the better team there, and the Cowboys have issues.
Yeah, hadn't seen Zach, what's his name, being that bad in a while. I mean, he was.
Yeah. Zeke Elliott.
Zeke, yeah, you go.
Or Dak Prescott. It's weird.
Yeah, Dak Prescott.
Yeah. There's so many names, man. Like if you take Zeke and Dak, you get Zach. Yeah, but even Zeke Elliott played bad.
It's football.
I will not. I don't know if I'll ever get the MMU2S working. Someone needs to show me how to make that extra 3rd serial port run.
Okay.
Richard Cook
This
says
is how you get the 3rd cereal to run. You get a bigger bowl and you add more milk and use a bigger spoon.
You're a bigger bowl of cereal.
You just eat that crap and be done with it.
I will not do that. Don't make me come over there and measure you.
I could not order llama loops today. I was very
good.
They're out of stock. Discontinued order. No more llama loops. I'm impressed.
Your internet is in and out today, Tom.
Yeah.
But he's just like going.
You're pausing a lot.
Yeah.
You're pausing a lot.
It's max headrooming.
Maybe it's because the camera's high.
Yeah, the camera's so high he can't get.
The camera got big, man.
All right, I'm gonna make some lunch, and then I think Edutech is streaming tonight, and I'll be back this evening.
Isn't he having like a giveaway or something tonight? Someone like donated a printer, and he's gonna give away.
I haven't been paying attention. I have a hard time keeping up with all you crazy kids.
When is game night again? Thursday? When are you doing game night?
I think Sundays probably stream some games again soon.
Okay.
We call it football because every once in a while you kick it, but it's actually I call it hand egg ball because it's not a foot; it's an egg shape, and you use your hand, so it's hand egg ball.
Hand egg ball.
Yep.
You know, that might be more fun if they actually used eggs where they couldn't break them.
or fill a regular football full of like stuff, like soft,
Stuff.
gooey mess. So if you hit it too hard, it explodes, and that player's out of the game because
You're covered
like-
in muck.
yeah,
Muck ball.
yeah, muckball. Well, muckball is just politics.
Dude, it still looks like cotton candy behind there.
Cotton candy.
Okay, he's not coming downstairs. There's
Okay, it is more like rugby, but we can't call it rugby because rugby is actually brutal. I mean, those kids don't even wear helmets, and they're like killing each other.
football's not anti-brutal. It's just rugby's way more brutal.
Yep.
I mean, golf is anti-brutal.
Whoa. Curling is anti-brutal. There's still a chance of getting hit by a golf ball.
Yep.
You know?
Well, you could get run over by a big stone, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, you could, but it's
or
on
get
ice.
whacked by a witch's broom.
A witch's broom. Hi, welcome to Witch's Broom, where we roll giant rocks.
I never
Down the
got curling. And it actually, I don't
I
know
like
if you-
watching it. It's calming.
Have you ever played it? Have you ever tried it?
No, but I've played bocce, which is similar
Yeah,
in science.
we used to do it with like hockey pucks and like stuff to make them heavier and bigger. And because there used to be a pond, hopefully there will be a pond back there because he's doing the dam. Anyway, we used to do it out back. We used to have a big long pond that was like 2 miles long back here. And as kids, we used to do it. We literally took like push brooms and made our own whatever you call that big stone thing. There's a name for it. I can't remember. But we'd scratch a circle. It's actually kind of cool because once you learn like the whole geometry of it, you can literally like use your broom to make the thing arc to like go around other people's pucks and stuff. It's kind of the whole but it's so dumb.
I don't know. I find it calming and relaxing.
I find it stressful.
I was cheering.
I'm like, why am I watching this?
Yeah, Richard, that's not a fair trade. But on that, I'm disappearing. I'm turning into a pumpkin. I'll be back later after gym stream.
All right.
I did my CAD work. I'm happy. Adios, chat. Go do your
No
food things. Food for me. No food for you.